Hello students, last day we have started chapter 2. I will continue that only. So chapter 2 is basic economic entities in an economy. So today we will discuss economic entity. By meaning of economic entity, what we mean, and institutional unit. So here the word institutional is important, and institutional unit which is capable of doing economic activities independently. So this word is also important, that independently it is doing some economic activity, and which is an institution. That means you can say that whatever the activity, economic activity means, which is used by money, so that activity can be done by that institutional unit independently. That means his decision will be of his own and nobody will influence his decision. So that is called entity. So whatever the activities are discussed, that means the activity may be that acquiring assets, if any assets he need to acquire, or taking up responsibilities and incurred liabilities. It means if that institutional unit is going to take any responsibility, or he is liable to any thing. That means if he is taking any loan or any thing which he should repay, so that liability, if he is incurring or participating in any economic activity, that other economic activity, it may be that a consumer is engaged in exchange or any other activity, so that then undertaking transaction with other economic activities in the economy. All this activity, if it is done by any institution independently, then it is called economic entity. Now, what are the economic entities are there? Actually, there are mainly 4 types of economic entities are there, like consumer, and then producer or farms, and government sector and foreign sector. But in your book, foreign sector is not included in economic entity, but it will also be a part of economic entity. So first it is consumer, and household also it is shown, but actually household and consumer is same, but little bit is different is there. Consumer means single, here single consumer is being discussed, and household means a group of people living under single roof and taking economic decision jointly. That means consumer means a single, that means I am a consumer, and when I am living with a family, then that will be called household. So a consumer, what he does, he consumes good, he demands things, and he always try to maximize his satisfaction by consuming any good. So, and consumer demands. So what a consumer is doing economic activity, that he is consuming goods, like he is consuming means I am a consumer of this my pen, like I am writing on the board, or if anybody is buying anything and any food item and having that food item, that is he is just using that commodity. That is the meaning of consumption. Using the commodity is consumption, and it is done by consumer. So and he is always try to maximize his satisfaction from his consumption. Now household, as I told, that is a group of people living under single roof and taking economic decision jointly. Now, what are the economic decisions? That in a household there should be a minimum level of income, as it has been discussed in past chapter, that there should be resources are limited, so income is limited. So household takes jointly the decision that what should be spending on, how much it should be spent on education or in health or in food items or in any other items. So there will be a decision taken by households. And then household is also source of different factors of production, like household provides labor, from households only land can be provided. Then whatever household save from his income, that is being invested. That means producers or farms can take loan from bank, whatever that households keep in the bank. So households provide different factors of production like land, labor and capital, and household creates demand, household consume goods and services. So these are the importance of household. If you say, these are the importance, the source of demand, because households only demand that is produced by farms. Then diversification of production means different households demand different things, that's why different goods are being produced. And demand for services means household demand services also, like health services, education services, transportation services. So these are the importance of household sector. Next entities is firms or producer. Now by firm, what does it mean? Firm refers to a particular unit producing a commodity or service with a view to earn profit. So firm is an institutional unit which is producing goods or services, but its main motive is to earn profit. Now what does a firm do then? Firm produce goods and services by employing the factors of production. So by here, factors of production means land, labor, capital. So firm employs, that means hires this land, labor and capital from household sector and sell them. After that they use this factors of production to produce goods and services and sell them to the consumers, other firms and government. Now there is an exchange relationship between firm and household. I have discussed before, household and firm. So household, what does it mean? If we show by a chart the exchange relationship between household and firm, what is the exchange relation? That households provide labor services and for that they get payment, and farm provides goods and services and for that they get payment from household. So here household, here farms. Household is paying payments for goods and services what the firm is providing to household. So there will be arrow from firm to household. What is their flow of goods and services? So firm produces goods and services which they sell to household. For that household gives payment to the firms. And household provides factor services. What are factor services? Means labor services, or it may be land, or it may be capital. And for that firms give payments for that factor services. So there is an exchange relationship between that means a flow of goods and services and flow of money, also circular flow. So one side circular of goods and another side circular of money. Like for example, you can see that sugar factory is there. So from sugar factory, sugar is being produced. So household buys sugar. This for an example only, that buys sugar, and from household labor is being provided to that sugar factory, and for that labor services the firm is paying income, that is labor as labor payment wage to the household, and household is buying, using that money he is buying sugar from sugar factory. So in this way there is a flow of money and flow of goods and services, and there is a relation between household and farm sector. So in this way, and after that there will different kind of producers are there also. That means that farms may be different kind of producer, like you can say that farms are of three types. One is primary producer. It is like same only, that secondary producer and tertiary producer. So primary producers are, that means this is under farm or producers. Different types of producer there. Primary producer are those producers who produce goods and services using land-based activity, like poultry farming or fishing or agriculture. And secondary producers are those that producers who produces manufactured goods, like using that primary product, like for example mineral resources. If from mining is primary resources, from there mineral ores are coming out, and from mineral ores if any metal or anything being extracted in the factory, that will be secondary producer. And tertiary producers provide services, different kinds of services, like transportation service, banking service, or any services. You know that two things are there under commodity: goods and services. Goods means that things that we can touch, we can see, but services are that things which we cannot touch. So under tertiary producer, that is service sector, that means those who provide services. So that services we cannot touch, that is called service. Means the commodity that cannot be touched, that is called service sector. So that is being produced by tertiary producer. So like example, as I told, transportation, banking services. So many different many examples are there. You can see from book. Today up to this much.